Video games have come a long way since Pong. These days, video games are seen as art. Video game soundtracks are now added as a category to the Grammys. The Last of Us alone has become an absolute monolith in masterful storytelling. And while my favorite video games are usually the ones that tell a great story, the truth is, at the end of the day, we look at video games for how much fun they can be. While I love The Last of Us and Life is Strange for the memorable story that they tell, I find myself going back to Elden Ring way more even after platinuming it because of how much fun the gameplay is. And if at the end of the day we're judging a video game based on how fun it is, then in 2006, Rockstar released what is, in my opinion, the only perfect video game to ever exist.
Jimmy, please say something.
Today, we're looking at Bully, a game that is, in my opinion, Rockstar's best game and also one of the best games ever made hands down. To be specific, we're going to be looking at the Scholarship Edition, which released in 2008, 2 years later, and was remastered with new content included. The game starts with our main character, Jimmy Hopkins, being dropped off at a boarding school, Bulworth Academy, while his mom and his new stepdad go off on their new honeymoon. We meet up with the principal, Dr. Crabblesnitch, who gives us the old stay out of trouble speech, and we're thrown into the first chapter of the game. Now, gameplay-wise, this game is basically Grand Theft Auto, but in high school, and that's, chef's kiss.
Grab the football. Can you throw the football?
I think I can.
Cool.
Oh, fuck. Catch this!
Throw a ball in.
You start off only being able to explore the school grounds, but later on, more and more of the town around the school opens up, but we'll get to that. We head to our dorm to change into our uniform, but we get stopped by the school bullies, and we're taught how to fight. And the combat in this game, oof, the combat. It starts off very simple with a 3-hit combo and a grab, but as you progress, you unlock more and more combos that deepen the way the combat works and makes it a lot more fun. We meet up with Gary, a very disturbed individual, and Pete, one of the better characters in the game and one of the only normal ones. We run around the school and do some bullying.
Run out?
Yeah.
You killed that guy.
I hope not. And then it's time to go to class. Each class has its own minigame: English, photography, gym, art, shop, and chemistry. The Scholarship Edition also adds on music, geography, math, and biology. You unlock a lot of helpful stuff for each of the 5 lessons in every class that you complete. The weapons consist of a potato launcher, a firework launcher, itching powder, stink bomb, a slingshot, Bart Simpson-ass weapons. So for a while, we just kind of run around the school causing trouble and getting to know the different factions while Gary guides us around. Eventually, Gary betrays us, admitting he was only using us so that he can take over the school because yes, he is an actual psychopath. From here on out, we see very little of him, and each chapter focuses on Jimmy's takeover of a specific group. Chapter 1 focuses on Gary and Jimmy's fallout, while at the same time focusing on the nerds. The second chapter centers on the preppies, also known as the rich kids. Chapter 3 is about the greasers. Chapter 4 is about the jocks, and chapter 5 is about Jimmy's downfall. So yeah, nothing really happens throughout the story of importance until the very end, where Gary starts working with the townies, a group of people on the outskirts of the town. Together, they turn every group against Jimmy, who was expelled from the school. He meets up with Zoe, who had been kicked out of the school for unfair reasons, and while they dislike each other at first, they start bonding over rambunctious activities, and eventually Zoe helps Jimmy track down Edgar, who was responsible for Jimmy getting expelled. A riot breaks out in the school thanks to Gary, so Jimmy goes and takes down the leaders of each group before facing off against Gary, who tied up the principal, by the way, and tries to straight up murder Jimmy. I mean that's jail time, right? At the end of the game, Zoe is readmitted to Bulworth and everyone is happy once again. Now, while the story here isn't anything special, which is kind of why I rushed through explaining it, it has a lot to like. Every single character has such a distinct and memorable personality with a character arc, including the teachers. The dialogue is really funny. My personal favorite is Mr. Galloway, who is a struggling alcoholic, comedy, and has a romance plot going on with Mrs. Phillips. Mr. Hattrick tries repeatedly to get Mr. Galloway fired, but with Jimmy's help, Hattrick's plans are thwarted time and time again. Near the end of the game, Hattrick convinces Galloway to admit himself into the town's asylum, and Jimmy and Phillips go break him out. After this, we spy on Hattrick and find out he's been selling test answers to the rich kids, who then sell it to other students and split the earnings with Hattrick, which leads to him getting fired. The point is, each character feels like they had so much thought put into who they are, how they talk, their likes and dislikes, and it makes the entire world feel that much more alive and immersive. But of course, an immersive world like Bully's is nothing if you don't have solid gameplay behind it, and Bully's gameplay is a gamer's dream come true. Jimmy runs around fast and has unlimited stamina. He gets a skateboard that's easy to use and bikes that let you get around even faster. You can even steal any bike or scooter that you see around the town. Once you've upgraded the combat, it becomes this addicting loop of punching and kicking and grabbing and pushing and bullying. You can visit a carnival and ride every single ride, explore the fun house, play the little sideshow games and earn tickets, and use those tickets to unlock a bunch of prizes, from clothing and costumes to your own scooter. There's bike races, go-kart races, you can get a job mowing lawns and delivering newspapers, you can box, and that's just the things the game makes awesome. obvious for you. As for the things the game never even tells you, you can start a food fight in the cafeteria. You can kiss one character and then immediately kiss another character, and the two characters that you just kissed will start fighting.
Wait, I need to hear her say this.
Probably so.
What is
What's
happening?
going on? Oh, that's the other girl that likes you.
Oh my
You
god,
gotta
I
defend her.
don't want to get involved. No.
And when I said the world feels alive, I meant it. This game is so much fun that you can just walk around and watch random things happen on the campus around you.
I should help.
No, it's about. Oh, you just do a fucking rat. What the fuck?
Oh, what the
shit.
fuck? 10 out of 10. Go bully someone today. Don't actually do that.